Miyagi with John L. Scott Real Estate, and today I want to talk to you about the difference between cosmetic updates and full-scale updates that you might need to do on your home when you're buying or selling. So a lot of times when I'm doing an initial walkthrough on somebody's house to get it ready to list, they will ask me, Christina, what do I need to do to get my house ready for sale? And depending on the next set of questions the answers to the next set of questions that I ask them will really determine what needs to take place. So if I ask them, when you bought the home, did you have the sewer line inspected? And they say, nope. I say, okay, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to have a sewer line scope. And depending on the results of that, you're either going to replace your sewer line or you're going to be a happy camper and glad that you invested $350 to have it done. Because a new sewer line can be anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000 for replacement. And you do not want to be surprised about that when your buyer has a sewer line scope done once the house is under contract. So I always like to prepare sellers that is a major repair that will need to be done regardless of who buys the house. And you don't want to pull the wool over anyone's eyes when you have major repairs that need to be done on the property. If they have a new sewer line or the house is newer, built anytime after 1975, then we can say the sewer line is probably in good shape and we can skip over that. If the heating and cooling has never been updated, that is something that I would consider a major repair. It helps with the comfort of your home. If you've never had it serviced or cleaned, I'm going to recommend that you call in an HVAC company and have them take a look at it and make sure that nothing is going wrong. If you flat out tell me my heater does not work and it's the middle of summer, I'm going to say we need to get that fixed. Because depending on when your buyer buys the house, you're going to either want it warm or you're going to want it cool, and that's not an expense or deferred maintenance that you're going to want to pass on to someone who's just bought in a home. So sewer line is one of the first things we're going to check. Next, we're going to make sure your HVAC works properly. And then the next thing I'm going to have you look at is your electrical panel. And you're not going to look at it. We're going to have an electrician come in and take a look at your electric panel. Because if you have any knob and tube wiring in your house, depending on the loan type, that may be a condition of the loan to have it repaired. And so it would be important for you to actually have that taken care of prior to, or just be able to notify any potential buyer that there is knob and tube, so that if they come in with certain loan types like FHA, VA, USDA, or even conventional, that they're aware that there's knob and tube in the house and that it might need to get taken care of prior to closing on the house. The last thing that I would consider a major repair is your roof. So I recently had a client where we were going through the inspection process and the inspector said, I think you need to have a professional roofer come and take a look at this roof because it's not looking good to me. And so we had a roofer come and take a look at it, and yes, it was near the end of its life, the roof was. And so now a roof will take as good of care of you as you take care of it. Now, my clients were like, well, we're gonna play the cards and we're gonna see how it's gonna work out. And they chose not to request to have the roof repaired as part of their inspection response. But had I been representing the seller in this situation, I probably would have recommended that they actually get it taken care of. We got lucky this time and the appraiser didn't catch it, but I have had roofs come back as a condition of the loan. And so what that means is that the roof had to be replaced prior to us closing on the house. And so I never want those kinds of surprises coming at you when you're trying to sell your house. So I feel like being prepared is always the best way to handle those. Now, as far as cosmetic updates go, a lot of people will nitpick over things like paint color and flooring and lighting and those sorts of things. Those are all considered, in my opinion, cosmetic updates. And depending on the color choices that you have made for your house, I may say that we need to paint, or I may say, depending on the condition of your carpet, like let's say that you had 5 dogs at one point and you were trying to potty train them and it was not going well, and you just learned to live with the smell of dog pee in your carpet and have stopped smelling it. I'm going to probably recommend that we replace that carpet, because at that point it's beyond a carpet cleaner's ability to really pull out those fragrances. And sometimes they're amplified by carpet cleaning. So I would say in that situation that replacement carpeting would be a must. Other realtors might disagree with me, but I never enjoy walking and smelling dog pee. I don't know about you. Paint colors easily change. Light fixtures, again, depending on the age of the home. Those are things that can absolutely be changed by the new buyer, because those are things that is taste specific. Not everyone's gonna like the light fixtures that you'd pick out. So major upgrades, major repairs that need to be made are always going to be first on my list of things that need to get done. Cosmetic stuff, depending on your choices, are going to be second fiddle to those big repairs that could come as a shock or surprise to you and cost a lot of money. For more advice on buying or selling a home in the Walla Walla Valley, contact me, Christina Minyagi, with John L. Scott Real Estate.